Damn, that juice is good. What's up, guys? It's Opex. So today I'm in Florida. Love Florida. I'm going down to Miami, but I'm all the way on the other side. I'm about to be hitting Tallahassee, up north Florida. And I'm really enjoying this weather. Even cold in Alabama and Georgia. It's so cold up north right now. Keep me down south, right? But it makes me think of the luxuries in life. Life's luxuries is life itself. Being able to enjoy life's luxuries. This implies freedom. Freedom implies being able to do what you want and have fun doing what you want. And I think that really puts a damper into other people's ideologies of, well, what's important in life and such like that. I think what's important in life is to make sure you and your family are happy. You guys are well off. You are not just in survival mode, paycheck to paycheck. So, there are artists, there are actors and actresses and such that basically sold their soul for fame and fortune, right? And I want to discuss a little bit on that because a lot of people admire these people. They aspire to be like these people. And the problem is that isn't happiness. Jim Carrey is a guy that kind of woke up over the last few years. I'm not sure if he's a total puppet or a total shill or if he's a total government agent, let's say, or whatever. He basically said that it's not what it's cracked up to be. You're more lonely than before you went in. Jim Carrey, he looks like he's successful. Look at him on camera. Everyone glorifies him, right? This is Jim Carrey. But he says, yeah, it's not about the money because you actually don't have this money. He didn't say that himself, but he said it's not all about money. Yes, but he didn't say you don't actually get money. They pretty much give you a credit card system when you reach that level. You can buy whatever multi-million-dollar house you want, but you don't have the freedoms. It's all regulated. It's all controlled by the people that made you sign a contract. So you have to play ball with them if you reach that level. I think a lot of people know this. There's a lot of YouTube channels. There's a lot of exposés on this. And basically, all these people that sold their soul for that limelight have to pretend that it is a limelight. When you look at rap videos, pretty much any music video, but generally the hip-hop rap culture, they want to imply money. We have money, we made it, we're out the ghetto. Well, that sounds all dandy to the naked eye and the naked ear. Without any type of logical, critical thinking, you take it for face value, that looks and sounds really good. However, what they're not telling you is that it isn't all what it's cracked up to be. It might seem awesome. You might get goosebumps. It's like if you just bought a brand new car for yourself, right? That ends up fading. 10 years down the road, not even. Let's just say a year down the road, and you look out in the parking lot to your Lamborghini. You're not gonna get that oomph anymore. Like, yeah, I did it. You know, I went from my shitty ass whatever car to that. You know, that's not going to be the feeling anymore. So that comes and goes. A lot of people aspire to be these people. They see them in the movies, on music videos, you name it. They see them on TV, and they look at them like, wow, they're so influential. People really care for these people. Well, the truth is, they're probably the most lonely people on the planet. They have fame, but they don't have free will. They have money, but they can't use it how they want to. They have ideas, but they can't say anything outside the realm of what they're contracted to wants them to say. So, as you see, like, especially like actors and people that are famous, people look up to them and think, well, this person's against gun control, and they had a whole commercial on all these actors and actresses and hip-hop artists and all these famous people and basketball players and such all talk about get rid of our guns. On face value, it looks like, oh my God, we are really, as a nation, needing to get rid of our guns. No more violence. You know, and it's kind of ridiculous that they play these people against the people. What they're doing is trying to take away your rights. And these people go along with it because they're in contract. When you're on contract, you can't go against that contract. I think a lot of those actors and actresses and etc. are scared for their lives if they go against it. Who's recent in the news? I think Kanye West is recent. Where he had a mental breakdown by saying some stuff about the corruption in the music industry, and he kind of wanted to lay out some things. I didn't really look into it that much, but I know that he detailed that Jay-Z has some killers, and he doesn't want Jay-Z's killers to kill him. And he says that he's going to jeopardize his career by letting this out, good information out, according to him. So they took him, which is totally against the ideology of the person who made up that contract. You know, they don't want to be exposed. Hell no, that goes against the contract, so this has to be dealt with. That's why Kanye West feared his life. He said that this is going to jeopardize his career and his life. Do you think he'd be with Kim Kardashian, for example, if it wasn't just a thing? If this was real life, and, you know, let's say Kim Kardashian and Kanye West were out in the street, you think these two would ever talk to each other? No. The truth is, no. But they're on contract. They're pretty much a contracted relationship. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So, don't think that these people get married, Brad and Angelina getting married or divorced, whatever they're into now, who knows? I don't fucking know. I don't pay attention to TV and shit like that. Because this shit bothers me, because I know it's all a game and it's all rigged. So, it's just a game to play with people, to aspire them. Of course, they'll have like a lot of black artists, like hip-hop artists, actors, actresses, and they'll give them the limelight. Not necessarily because, you know, we got to give everyone a chance. No. They're doing it because now the black community, or any community that they try to inspire, they inspire them by saying, basically, you can get to this point. So instead of working hard or doing anything prosperous in life, you think of two things. Basically, winning the lottery, and you get out of the ghetto, or you get out of your whatever you're doing now, your type of lifestyle now, and then all of a sudden, boom, you got riches and glamour overnight. Or you're just gonna be poor your whole life. They're up there as a mind control. Barack Obama, clearly he was mind control. I've said this before in my videos that government, if you break down the word govern, it means to control. If you break down ment, it means mental. So it is to control your mind. And the president of controlling your mind was, and still is, Barack Obama. And of course, they lead the black community, especially, to do as they want, to control their mind as they want. That's what the hip-hop industry's for. Now, of course, there's a lot of cool stuff in hip-hop, but it's not mainstream. I've always not liked mainstream music, but I like rap. I like hip-hop. But I don't like anything I hear on the radio since I don't know, the 90s, early 90s, mid 90s. I'd say Tupac. Tupac was the last one I listened on the radio. I was like, yeah, you know. Outside of that, nope, never. I've never turned on the radio and went, yeah, this song. Never. Everything's meant to control you. Every branch of entertainment is meant to control you. And it's subconsciously doing so, subliminally doing so. Because what they're doing is they're bringing these people out there like, who knows, just say a name, Rick Ross. You know, this guy can't get no women. No way. Look at Rick Ross. He can't get no women, but he's got all these women in the video. Right? Well, it's just to promote him and this and that. Well, of course it's to promote him and this and that. Because he can't get these women on his own. He even says in his raps, the last time I heard any of his music, something about, like, paying women to have sex with him. That's what he has to do. He has to pay women to have sex with him. It's kind of lonely up there, isn't it? Because this guy could have done something with his life, you know, took care of his body, went and been prosperous with his life, and got some gorgeous woman on his own. He could have went that route. But nope, he's paying women for sex because he lost his motivation to work on his body and do anything. Well, technically, he's probably under contract somewhere in there to kind of be lazy and fat and, you know, I'm pretty confident that his lyrics are handed to him, at least for the most part. We already know the beats are. He ain't making no beats. You know what I mean? That's just an example, but they're all under this category. There is a hierarchy when it comes to the entertainment industry. There's a hierarchy. It's well known that it's a homosexual, it's a propaganda, it's a whole regime of hierarchy that you don't fuck with them. It's like the gay mafia. That's what a lot of artists say, is that, yeah, they're all gay, and if you step out of line, you die. It's pretty much that simple. Now, of course, yeah, I'm acting a little stupid on this because there's a lot more to it than that, but I'm just giving you an example. So when you look at these, what we believe to be millionaires and millionaire mansions, they don't own these houses. That's a big misconception. It is not owned by these known millionaires. They're not owning these properties. What they're doing is the same thing that we do. They aren't in a different class than us. They're actually in the same class as us, but used to propagate an agenda on the regular public. But they are still regular public. They're not in the hierarchy. So when you see people on television, anybody you see is not in the hierarchy. They don't want to show themselves. Of course, maybe they might slip and be in the background of one of the shots or something. But ultimately, they're not the ones talking into a microphone. They are not. So when you see Kanye West talking about, you know, what was that one thing he said at the end of a concert once? He said, I sold my soul to the devil. I know it was a crappy deal, but at least it came with a few toys like a Happy Meal. Basically meaning, well, I fucked up. I sold my soul, but at least I get to reap a little bit of benefits. That's how I look at when I look at my slave video. When I was talking about slaves, modern slavery that is legal, this is somewhat the same thing. When you become a citizen of this nation of the United States, this corporation of the United States, the corporation owns you. And you are a corporate entity when you become a citizen. So therefore, in order to get a few perks, you need to lose your freedoms. But at the Kanye West level, they lose a lot more freedoms because they can't just go out to a Walmart. You know what I mean? They can't. Under contract, they're pretty much, don't be seen, this is where you shop, only buy a house in this neighborhood. That's what they do. You don't have all the freedoms that you want. But as a person yourself, when we are succumb to losing our freedoms for, to get a driver's license, you need to be a citizen to get a driver's license. Well, don't you want a social security and all that and all this and that? Well, become a citizen. And, you're going to lose a lot of your rights. But, that's normal. You lose your rights as a person. Now you're a corporation that can drive a car. So look at it like in that sense, but to an extreme. This is what these actors and actresses go through. And no, they generally aren't affiliated with the hierarchy of the entertainment industry. They are not affiliated. They are literally just mindless people that get paid for doing what they are told. Okay, you're going to do this movie. No, I don't want to do that movie. Contract, signature, yeah, you're doing this movie. But I don't want to say that line. It makes, the public, it's going to confuse the public. Okay, now you're talking too much. Do you want to wind up in a fucking ditch? I'm being a little exaggerating on how it goes, obviously. But plain and simple, don't aspire to be in this position. These people, when they go on, into a commercial talking about the hunger, and if you pay money, poor dogs and poor African children and poor this and poor that, we'll do something about it. And then you give them all your money. That actor or actress knows damn well that this money isn't really going to that shit, and it's not helping a fucking thing. Yet, they're up there saying it anyways, because they have to. And are they going to get paid money for it? Sure. Yeah. But how they get paid is on a credit system, for the most part. Once you get up to that level of making $1 million movies, it's not like, dude, I did a commercial once, and they didn't put me on a credit system. They just paid me a check. Well, sure, when at a fucking small level like that, yeah. But when you're up at Jim Carrey or, those actors and actresses, LeBron James, once you're up to that level, you're just underneath, you're at the top level of your business. And you have to be doing things accordingly. A lot of people make fun of, shoes that are sponsored by NBA players, right? Oh, the Jordans are awesome, but the Spreewells or whatever, I don't even know what shoes are out there these days. But people make fun of them. Like, these guys are actually picking the shoes. No. They're under contract. Okay, so we're just going to put your name on this shoe and this shoe. Some of these people don't even know that, they're not even notified that those shoes are in their name. And they're like, what? Yeah, now we need you to wear this. When did these go out? Some basketball player like, what the fuck is this? This is ugly as shit. You're going to have to wear that. But I don't want to wear this shit. This is terrible. You're under contract. You got to do it. So a lot of these artists try to expose what's going on. Michael Jackson. As you all know, I say like you all know, like you're all up to that level of understanding. Some of you know that Michael Jackson tried to expose a lot of things in the music industry, in Sony, how the contracts work, how he's been pressured his whole life, and how he's been in a prison, basically, of being told, now you're doing this, now you're doing that, now you're doing this, now you're making a record, now you're going out on tour, and now you're sponsoring this, now you're doing this commercial. And Michael Jackson's like, come on, I need some freedom. I've been, doing everything I've been told since I was a child. And he tried to expose them. And sure enough, not too long later, he's exposing them. The head of Sony, Sony's the devil, or whoever the president of Sony or CEO of Sony is. He's the devil. And, he winds up dead. A lot of people wind up dead. usually from drug overdoses or whatever the mainstream wants to tell them. It's not actually like made up by the mainstream. They're told. The mainstream's told what narrative to push. So of course Whitney Houston was on drugs. Couldn't have been like something like Whitney Houston, bitched out, the hierarchy leader or whatever. Oh no, I ain't doing that shit. No, leave me alone. Oh, leave me alone? Alright, one phone call, dead. It really pretty much works like that. You fuck up the contract, you are dead. Kanye West is going through this right now where they're trying to give him some sort of re-education because he's mentally ill. I don't know what happened with Kanye West, he just kind of went crazy. No, you fucking idiots. Look at what's going on. He's trying to expose these people. And these people are calling him crazy. And they're trying to fix their little puppet. We gave you Kim Kardashian. You get the fucker once in a while. So, this is what the thanks you give us? Yeah, I got my toy. I got a nice house, a nice car. In my opinion, ugly girlfriend. And basically, what are you going to do? This isn't the life you wanted. So when you're a child, when you're older, whatever you are right now, in your day and age right now, don't aspire to be in this position. This position isn't what it's all cracked up to be. It is not the glamorous, rich and famous. Look at this house. Look at this pool. Welcome to loneliness. Welcome to not letting your kids do what they want. Welcome to you not being free. Welcome to this kind of life. Now, a lot of these people are happy. Don't get me wrong. I believe if happiness itself is a state of mind. It's not a situational thing. It's how you handle a situation that entitles you to happiness or not. You can be, for example, Gandhi. He cried because he had no shoes until he saw somebody with no feet. That woke him up. Oh, well, at least I'm not that bad. There's kids that don't have shoes that smile every day. And then there's kids that are rich and famous and snotty and spoiled that are depressed as shit. It's not what it's cracked up to be. It's not what you have in terms of physical, it's what you have up here. And if you lose your free will through a contract, through money, through something, that's what you have. You don't want to lose your soul and your mind and your freedoms to look okay on camera, because that feeling's going to go. That feeling's going to go, and are you going to get lonely? Yeah, I want to fuck this girl in Atlanta. No, the hell you're not. You're under contract, buddy. You can't fuck with the sheeple. Not to mention that sheeple's going to probably set you up to get robbed. And we can't have that. You're under contract making us money. So it's a whole nother fucking regime. It's another hierarchy that they deal with, and they have to cater to their needs. If they're pushing gun control, best believe you're going to see a lot of commercials and a lot of movie propaganda. I don't watch movies. People ask me, hey, you want to come over and watch a movie? Nope. I don't watch movies. I don't watch television. I'm not a sheeple. I got out of all that shit because I don't want to see people pretending to smile on TV at me. I'm sick of it because they are not that happy. Robin Williams, great example. As you already know, Robin Williams passed, and through the last 10 years of his life, he talked about how depressed he was. Very depressed, would often drink, lonely. He said pretty much his whole life he's been lonely and depressed, but in the last 10 years of his life, he actually was talking about it. He would say things like, the reason why I like being a comedian was because I got other people to be happy when I couldn't be. Pretty much that was his life story. Trying to make other people laugh. To fill a void in his own life. Because he couldn't make himself laugh. So when you look at him in his movies, with his fake smiles, no, he's acting. These are fake. He was a hurt person. Kanye West, what you're seeing now, hurt. Wants to get out of it. Risking his life to get out of it. That's how I look at it. I just don't believe the mainstream. And the only reason I even know about Kanye West going on right now with that is because there's a guy called The Vigilant Christian who's been following it for like the last week. And for some reason, I clicked it like 2 or 3 of his videos. So that's all I know about Kanye West. I don't know actually what's going on. I don't really fucking care. But I do want to tell you that it's not what it's cracked up to be. What you should be worrying about in life is not your selfish self, because you're going to be lonely in the long run. Worry about your family, your friends, your relationships. And if you make a tie with the hierarchy of the entertainment business in a contract, you're fucked. You're losing all your friends. Look at Kevin Hart. When he goes back to his hometown, basically everyone's like, hey man, why don't you ever call? Why don't you ever... I can't talk to you guys, you know? That's pretty much Kevin Hart. He's like, yeah, I can't really talk to you guys anymore. I'm sorry. I mean, I would love to, but, you know, contract. And he's got to pretend like, yeah, hey guys, it's been a long time, you know, when he goes to his hometown. You can't hang out with your friends. Not because all of a sudden the fake friends come out, because you can't hang out with your friends. You can't do it. It's a sad reality for these stars. So don't aspire to be rich. Bob Marley said something that I really enjoyed. When he was asked, are you a rich man? Bob Marley replies, rich in what? Money? Possessions? He's like, yeah, money or possessions, you have a lot, you're a rich man. And Bob Marley goes, no, I don't have these riches. And that's a paradigm of thought that liberates yourself from being in that situation of being controlled. Because if Bob Marley doesn't aspire to riches, fame, possessions, what is it that you can give him to manipulate him? What is it? But everyone has its price, right? No, not everyone. Some people care too much. Some people have intelligence, compassion. You lose this if you're trying to be a slave in this world. And just because you have credit doesn't make you rich. It makes you a slave. I seen a post on Facebook 3 years ago or so, maybe 4 years ago. It had a picture of 3 or 4 guys. One guy was homeless. One guy was Kanye West. I'll just say 3 guys because this is like the general gist of it. And there's another regular Joe. Start with Kanye West. Kanye West in debt $12 million because it's a credit system. If you're not familiar, he owes $12 million. He doesn't have any money. Kanye West in debt $12 million. The average Joe, the average person in debt like $15,000. And then the homeless guy has $12. Who's the richest? The fucking homeless guy. But he is a product of society. I'm not going to get into the reasoning on that, but it gives you an idea of understanding that being rich isn't that joyful. Tupac Shakur, when he died, how much money do you think he gave his mom? He even had. He didn't have any money. His mom was so pissed off. He didn't have any money. It was based on a credit system. So when he's in the rap video throwing money around, he doesn't have any money. Sorry, he doesn't have any money. So that gives you an idea of, instead of aspiring to be these people, feel sorry for them. They were caught in a trap. And if they spoke out against it, they die. See ya, Whitney Houston. See ya, Michael Jackson. See ya, probably Kanye West if he keeps it up. So, understand that. Do your own research. You know, do your own research. Obviously, don't just listen to me. Obviously, I'm saying to you right now that all the information's out there. There's so much content on this. I was actually thinking to myself, don't even make a video like this, because I'm not showing you proof. I'm not showing you headlines and articles and video footage on anything. I'm just shooting my mind. I just don't want you to aspire to be these people, and don't admire these people. These people, think of it this way. If a regular Joe Schmo construction worker goes out, works his ass off all fucking week, and gets a much smaller paycheck than them, and these people are told, say this line, put on this costume, we will do you up, all you have to do is act. Everything else is provided for you. All you have to do is this small role, and we'll give you millions of dollars. Come on. Who should you fucking admire? Regular Joe Schmo working every day? Or Johnny fucking Depp? Come on. It doesn't take logic in this. There is no logic needed. It's so simple. So stop being brain-fed fucking garbage. And this all hits your subconscious subliminally. Subliminally. God damn, why can't I say that? So when these subliminal things hit you, you're not going to be able to recognize and realize that this is all subliminal. But they are using these people for an agenda. Look up all this shit. It's all over the internet. It's, you know, you can just think of it in your own mind what's going on, because there's an agenda to everything that you see on a screen. There's an agenda. Except for me. Actually, I even have an agenda. Everybody who talks to you has an agenda. But when you're looking at anything mainstream, and a lot of it not mainstream, there's an agenda behind it. So open your eyes, because if you don't naturally want to think a certain way, if you naturally think a certain way, that's what's going to be on the television to deter that. If you think freedoms, I like to go out and do what I want, they're going to give you all the subliminals to keep you in a zone where you're doing as they will. They want you to do, not as you want to do. So you lose your freedoms. Okay, I can talk about this shit all day, so you understand the gist of what I'm saying. These rich and powerful people aren't powerful or rich. They aren't part of the hierarchy. They are lower class, and yes, just like me or you, they are slaves, but they are slaves on a tighter leash. Alright, hope you guys get something out of this. It's Opex. Enjoy the rest of your day. My whole channel is based on happiness and longevity, and you being a slave or you admiring these people is not improving your happiness. It's a fake sense of happiness. You're watching